Hi, welcome to my channel. This is our first video and basically, no, that's not good. Do I look too shiny? Hi, this is Cherish with Cherish My Closet, and I am making this video for you here from Argentina. I want to come to you with a glowy, fresh look that you can use every day and apply within 10 minutes. So I hope that you enjoy this tutorial. If you like this video, please subscribe below. I will leave all my social media below also, so that you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and whatever else there is to follow me on. So yeah. Enjoy the video. First things first, I'm gonna drink a little mate because I need mate to give me energy. I have 3 kids and they keep me up at nights with fevers and all kinds of different interesting stuff. So with this simple get ready with me, I wanna give you guys a look that you can wear every single day. And I'm from Hawaii and also here in Argentina, I noticed that girls, they don't really wear a whole lot of makeup. So this is my everyday glam that I could use here, or I could use in Hawaii. It's kind of beachy and it's just kind of natural. We don't want a really cakey look on our skin. What we want is something that looks like real skin, but better. Glowy, dewy, all that good stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my L'Oreal True Match foundation, which this is a really good foundation that you can buy at the drugstore. It's not very expensive. I'm just gonna put 1 pump on my hand, like so. And then I'm gonna take my beauty oil, which I've made my own. This is awesome. I love to sheer out my foundation with just a couple drops, because like I said, what we don't want is cake face. What we want is just a really, really natural, sheer, beautiful skin. So this I'm just gonna dab on my face, and you can kind of do this any way you want. This is my favorite way of putting it on at this point in my life. I always change it up, but this is kind of, and this does oxidize a tad bit, so I like to go down my neck a little bit. And what I'm gonna use here is my MORPHE M439, and it just looks like this. This is a really nice blending brush. This is my ride or die, my holy grail, what have you. This is my favorite foundation blending brush. I'm just going to work that into the skin like this. And this is really nice because it's almost like a BB cream, because I only use 1 pump. If you want to build it up, you can build it up, but I just like to use 1 pump and then 2 drops of my own special blend beauty oil. Beauty oil is basically, if you guys want a video on this, let me know in the comments below, but I can teach you how to make your own beauty oil. They sell them on Etsy. They sell some really good ones. They sell some also in, you know, health food stores and stuff like that. But you can just make your own, and you can make it, you know, tailored for your own skin. A lot of things that people ask me, like one of the biggest questions is, well, it's oil, is it gonna make you break out? Is it gonna be bad for your skin? But actually you can tailor it. If you have acne, you can tailor it for your acne. If you have dry skin, if you have wrinkles, if you want more elasticity, you can basically just tailor it for your own skin. And it has to do with essential oils and different kinds of oils. But again, if you guys want a video on that, make a comment in the comments below, and maybe we can do one of those videos. The next step I'm gonna take is I'm gonna take my Instant Age Rewind Concealer Treatment, and it just looks like this. And I would suggest that you buy a color that's like 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin. This one is actually pretty bright because this is supposed to cover dark circles, and I'm in my 30s, I have a brand new baby, I have kids, and so I really love this. It looks a little bit harsh at first when you put it on, but then once you put your powder on, it just kind of sinks into the skin and just blends out. So this is really nice. So I just put a little bit like this, and like that. You can put as generous amount that you want, or as little amount as you want. And then I'm gonna take my beauty blender. This is a Real Techniques beauty blender, and I love it with all my heart. This is like super nice. This comes with this little holder, which I love also, because a lot of times you don't know what to do you don't know where to put your beauty blender to let it dry out, it's important that it dries out so it doesn't get mold, and you just want to be hygienic. This actually came with a similar brush to this, so you could actually buy it all together. This is just my favorite one. Oh, look here, I have my special assistant bringing me. This is the Real Techniques one. Here, I'll show it to you guys. This is the Real Techniques one. It works great. Again, it's just that the Morphe one is my favorite. It's just awesome. It just does the job super quick. So, but that's an option. And I think that so you're just gonna tap this into the skin like this. And again, it looks super bright right now, but once I get the powders on, it's gonna sink into the skin. And it's just gonna blend out and be really, really beautiful and give just a highlight under your eyes. And this is great for us mamas who have, you know, 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, however many kids you have. And this gives you just a little bit of brightness to your under eye. Right now it looks crazy, but that's okay. You guys are gonna see how it just kind of blends into the skin. And I like to use this point to really get in there like that. But you can also use this side, which is nice to kind of blend it out on the edges. You just kind of find your own technique. But the important thing about the Beauty Blender is that you don't wipe. No wiping, it's pouncing. Okay, you just pounce it, and it just picks up all the extra liquid that's on your face, because you don't want to have like all this cakey product on your face. Again, we want this to be sheer, we want it to be natural, we want it to be just make you look like you woke up and you had 10 hours of sleep, even though you had like 3 for the last 6 years, however, whenever you started having children, right? What I'm gonna do now is I want this glowy, fresh, sun-kissed, like I've been wandering through the desert kind of a look, but I look good. So I'm gonna take my HOOLA bronzer by Benefit, and this is a liquid bronzer. And I'm just gonna put it on this same Morphe brush, and I'm just gonna put a pump like this. Okay, and I'm gonna distribute that on my 2 cheeks, kind of where the sun would naturally hit your face. Okay, we want this to look really natural. So just kind of going across the cheekbones like this. And we just kind of blend it in with this brush. You can do extra blending with your Beauty Blender as well, but this is enough. You want to be able to have something that you can do in like 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna take my liquid NARS blush. This is in the color Orgasm. I did not name it. That's just what it's called, okay? And you can just leave it to your own imagination why they called it that. All right, so I just put like half a pump because this is pretty strong stuff. And the good thing about this is if you put way too much, you can blend it out super easily. The Beauty Blender just picks up all that extra product and it's not a big deal. That's why I really, really like this blush. So you just kind of put it on the apples of your cheeks, and if you need to, you can smile like this and just kind of look for the apples. I like to use that 1 pump on both cheeks because like I said, we want this kind of natural glow from this blush called Orgasm. And you can just use any blush that you like. You can even use a powder blush. I like liquid blushes sometimes because it looks a little bit more natural to me, but you can use a powder blush if you want. Just make sure that you do that step after you have set your face with powder. You don't want to put powder on top of liquids until you've actually powdered your whole face. It's kind of like the barrier between the 2 steps. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. And I might even just take my Beauty Blender and go around the edges a little bit so that it's nice and blended in. And I like this because you can still see like the imperfections in my skin. It just looks a little bit nicer. And I like that real skin to just kind of show through. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my Ben Nye Banana Powder, which I have actually placed in the Ben Nye Banana Powder. Okay, so this is the original packaging, and it's really, really bad. So there's no way you can get the powder out and just put it on your face. So what I've done is I've taken it and I put it in this, I don't know what this is. This is the NYX HD Studio. I got rid of that powder because it's not very good. And I just put my Ben Nye Banana Powder in here like so. So you're just gonna take a little bit of that powder, and you don't want too much because it will give you a little bit of cake face, and you want that dewy I've been in the sun, hanging out, resting, I'm on vacation kind of a look. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to set my concealer like this. And this brush, I really like as well because this is just a big bad brush that gets the job done super fast. This is an E.L.F brush. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it was like 12 bucks. And I really like it because it just, you know, when you don't have time, it gets the job done super quick. Let's go ahead and do brows, okay? So we're not gonna do the Instagram brow because that is like, that's way too hardcore and nobody has eyebrows like that anyways. But so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fill in the gaps. This is also E.L.F. This was like $1. So all of these products are basically drugstore and they're very affordable, very cheap, but they're good quality. This pencil I really like for the price that it had. I'm sure there's better products out there, but again, this was $1. It's more of like a waxy product. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fill that in. I'm just gonna look for any holes. Because again, I don't want this eyebrow to look like I have done it. I just want it to look a little bit better than usual. So, and I'm just gonna lightly pat like this towards the center so that it is not as strong in the center. And everybody has their own technique of doing this. This is the way I use this particular product, but I just kind of pat a little bit in the center and then I am going to give it a good brush out. Then I'm just gonna kind of blend out that center so that it looks a little bit more natural. Just use my finger there. The other brow, real quick. Because you don't want the middle of your brow to be like too harsh looking, because then it's like really obvious that you're wearing a product and it doesn't look nice. Then this is just like a weird little trick that I have. I think all of us at home have one of these old tubes of mascara that barely has anything in it. And I really like these for my eyebrows because it adds like a little bit of color, but it's not like straight up mascara. And it also kind of helps to keep the eyebrows in place. Because when you, for some reason, when you brush your eyebrows up, it gives you like, it opens your face up. It looks so much nicer for some reason than when you have like
these eyebrows just kind of sagging down.
So I just take an old tube of mascara that I've just basically used up mostly, and I put it on my eyebrows like that. Now we're gonna go into the part that's like my absolute favorite, and this is what really kills this look. This is what makes it like amazing and awesome, and you're gonna look dewy and you're gonna look fresh, and it's like a miracle. It's a miracle. It's just a miracle. All right, I'm gonna put on some Glow. This is what we call Glow. This again is by E.L.F. This is an extremely affordable product, very affordable. It's not really for professional use. Let's say like if you're gonna go do a job or if you're gonna do a red carpet or something like that, or a wedding, I probably wouldn't use this particular Glow, but if for everyday use, I love this. And I'll touch it up once or twice during the day, and it's, you know. So one thing I would recommend with this product though, is when I first bought it, no product was coming off. And I was like, oh my gosh, this product sucks basically. But then I realized it's a baked glow. So what you have to do is you kind of have to rub off the top part. Oh, look how beautiful. That's just amazing. So what I like to do with this is I kind of like to make my face look like I have just, like it's totally wet. Like I've come out of a swimming pool, or I've just washed my face and the light is hitting like those beads of water on my face. I don't know why, but I just really like it. So, oh, brush. Any fluffy brush or fan brush you can use, but I like to use this Morphe one. Got it? Okay, so this is the Morphe M501. All right, and this was recommended by Jaclyn Hill, so that's why I bought it, and I love it. I like it more than the fan brushes. It's just I feel like I have a lot more control of where the product goes, and it's really great to build up the product if you want. I just go in like this, just get a nice amount of it. I just kind of put it on the high parts of my cheekbones, like this. And I usually just put like a little bit, but for the purposes of this video, I can build it up a little bit and just show you how nicely this product kind of just builds up.
I like to do it on the high points of my cheekbones, of course.
And then, you know, you can pick where you want to put it on the forehead. A lot of people like to put it here, just kind of above the brow bone. And it's like it makes you look sweaty in a nice way. My other favorite place to put it is on the Cupid's bow. This is my absolute favorite place to put this. I don't know why, but it just makes your lips stand out and makes them like more kissable, right babe? You just put it here and you can build it up as much as you want to, and I just keep building and building. Another place you can put it is on the chin, here, just a little bit. I mean, if you want to look like you've been eating like a lot of greasy chicken, you can put a lot, but then you're gonna look like you've been eating Kentucky Fried Chicken like way too much, which is, it's okay. You can also put this down the bridge of your nose, and I have found that if I use a brush, a lot of times it makes my nose look bigger and it brings more attention to my nose, and the point of this is not that. It's actually to make your nose look a little bit more contoured. So what I like to do is I take my little finger, my pinky, and I just kind of rub it in the product like this. And I take it about starting here and about to there, right? And I can build that up as much as I want. And it kind of just thins out your nose a little bit without doing a full-on contour, like, you know, making the nose super contoured and like obvious, because that's not what we want to do. So then you can just kind of blend it out with your finger. And then another thing that I like to do is I like to put this in the corner of my eyes. And you can also put this on your brow bone. I don't generally, because on an everyday basis, I don't know why, I just don't. But you can, and that makes your eyebrows kind of pop a little bit more too. Now this is actually not my favorite at all. This is what I have on hand at the moment, because we have been doing a lot of makeup jobs and we've been going through a lot of tubes of mascara. Actually, the one that I use on my eyebrows, that's my absolute favorite mascara. In fact, if you guys know one that's better, write it in the comments below. What I really like is lashes that don't clump together, but it just makes them longer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it when they look so unnatural that they just like clump together. This mascara is definitely not my favorite, so don't buy the yellow tube at the drugstore. That's just one of my tips, is putting the mascara on beforehand and then touching it up afterwards. Because after you put on powders and stuff, sometimes the powders fall into the lashes, and you don't want powdery lashes by any means. Okay, so I like to add just a tiny bit of color to my lips. And this is like a really, really dark Makeup Forever lipstick. Beautiful, deep brown. And I do use this sometimes when I want to have a really bold lip. But I also use this when I want to have an incredibly natural lip. So what I do is I just put a little bit of product on the lips, like so. And I just work it into the lips, because then it stays. Like, you don't want it sitting just on top of the skin. You want to work it into the lips. And it kind of just gives like a barely there, natural looking lip. And just really press. The last step to this super easy look is I have this balm that a friend actually sent to me from London. So thank you so much, Martha. And this is, I love this so much. This is a balm with essential oils in it. It's called Wild Rose Beauty Balm. And basically this balm, like, you can put it all over your face as a mask at night and it doesn't move, what I generally like to do is I like to use my beauty oil all over my face at night, and then I like to use this on my eyes because it doesn't get into my eyes, it stays right where I put it, so I'm not like, my eyes are like staining. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a little bit of this balm and just put it on top, right over top, to give myself that fresh dewy, it goes with the whole dewy look, right? So it gives me a really natural lip. It almost looks like it's my real lip color. And whatever that color is to you, because it's gonna depend on the undertones of your skin. Because I have warm undertones and because of my Filipino heritage, this kind of brown lipstick, just, for me, it jives. It just looks good to me. All right, then I'm gonna take the same balm and I'm just gonna swipe it over my lids. And that gives me that beautiful sweaty look that I was talking about earlier. And every time you shut your eyes, open your eyes, you're gonna see that pretty, not to mention, it's feeding your eyelids basically. The skin around the eyes is super sensitive, and I will put a link to the products as much as I can in the description box below so you guys can know where to buy it. If you have any ideas for other videos, if you guys want to see more things, if you want to see me do videos in Spanish, let me know. I can do that. It will be in Argentine Spanish, so don't come around saying, oh, you said a bad word, because in Colombia it's a bad word, or in Puerto Rico that means something else. This is gonna be Argentine Spanish. My husband is Argentine. I learned Spanish here in Argentina, and so that's what you're gonna get, basically. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want a video on beauty oil or any other kind of video, and we'll see you next week. Bye.